Hello, welcome back to the Atomic Literature. So, today we are going to discuss a poem, Faith Healing, written by a famous English poet, Philip Larkin. And this particular poem is included in the paper World Literature. And before moving on to the poem, we will have a slight idea about the poet, Philip Larkin. So, Philip Larkin was an English poet and a novelist who was born in the year 1922. And he is best known for his poetry collection, The Wits and Weddings, which is published in the year 1964. So, here this poem, Faith Healing, describes a procession of women who pray with a faith healer and are then subjected to a new torrent of emotions. The poem begins with the speaker who is describing the women making their way to the priest. So faith healing is something, as we all know, it is a process where we are purgated, and each of these women is allowed only 20 seconds of contact before they are moved out of the line. This does not seem to matter to the women who are emotionally overtuned by the experience. Some wander off, others stand still, unable to comprehend what happened. They contemplate God, love, and the life they have lived up until this particular point. So the poem begins with the speaker describing how a group of women is filing up to one particular person, a man. The use of the word file in this first line is important to understand the setting and the general mood amongst those participating and observing the action. The women are organized lightly in a single file line and they approach in a regulated manner. One can imagine that their clothes and hair have been strictly arranged. So they are they are approaching in a very regulated manner, in a very organized way. The man to whom they are walking is described as being upright. He is wearing rimless glasses and has silver hair. So that is an image which is being given to that particular man, to whom these ladies are approaching for the process of faith healing. So from the next line, one receives confirmation that he is a priest. So by this particular time that he was considered as just a man, but at this line we can see a confirmation which is being given by a woman that he is the priest. The line says that he has on a dark suit and a white collar. In addition to the woman and to the priest, there are stewards. These people are in charge of moving the line along and making sure that everyone gets where they need to be as quickly as possible. So it is the stewards who are in charge of moving the line and in charge of take caring the people who are standing in the line. This adds another dimension to the scene and might make a reader wonder why in a religious context does this line need to move fast. So one can refer to the title of the poem for that particular answer. That is the faith healing. The women are actually attending a faith healing process. It is at this particular event that a priest, purporting to be in direct communication with God, heals those afflicted with every kind of ailment. So faith healing is a process in which the priest, which is being interviewed. We can see a priest in this poem also. So this priest have a direct communication to God at that time, and those who are suffering has got an ailment, those who want to heal can approach this priest at this point of time. So these helpers are beloved by some but derided by many who see them as being showmen profiting off the backs of the desperate. As the poem progresses, one will come to understand the latter as the opinion of the speaker and of Larkin himself. When one woman makes it to the front of the line, she moves within the warm spring rain of loving care. It showers down on her from the priest who blesses her. The experience is an emotional one but does not last more than 20 seconds. So it was 20 seconds that was given to each woman. So the 20 seconds was a kind of warm spring rain of loving care that is being showered upon her. This addition to the description quickly brings the narrative back to the reality. There is a time limit here, and many more women in the line can be seen. The American priest speaks to the woman during these few seconds. He asks her what is wrong and then immediately prays to God about it. It could be her eye or knee. The two are drawn close, their heads clasped, and then they are separated. So that is how it is being, it is like the process is being done. In the second stanza, the speaker follows the woman out of the line. They have been blessed and showered in happiness and the goat's love for a brief moment, that is the 20 seconds. But now they are all silent. They drift away from the front. Some, the speaker states, stray from this place. They are not ready to go back to their own lives and wander off outside the vicinity of the church. So some are not ready to go out from that, from that place. There are others, though, who are overcome by the experience. They stay stiff from their moment with the priest and twitch. So some started twitching after getting blessings from the priest. The woman cry deep hoarse tears. So some starts crying, some stay stiff, some start twitching, and we can see several kinds of such actions which is being shown by the woman after moving after this process of faith healing. This contingent of the congregation is unable to deal with what they have just experienced. Something that seems simple to an outsider is deeply moving to the one participating. The speaker compares the crying of the woman to be the reawakening of an interior child in that woman. So it may have been a long time since the woman experienced someone who exhibited true kindness to her. This novelty brings out the idiot child within them. So here the speaker's opinion of the practice of faith healing is made clear. So it is considered as a reawakening of an interior child in a woman or in a human. So he sees these people as being ignorant and too ready to believe they are called alone to God. The woman sees themselves as having been singled out and saved by their Creator. So who is this Creator? It is the ultimate or the supreme power, the God. The hands of the priest become the hands of God, and they are lifted from their dreary and painful lives. From the 20 seconds of contact they have with the faith healer, they are filled with joy. It arises and makes their tongues think. Around the women, there is an equally striking outpouring of emotion. Like everyone else in the church who is not at this moment being healed, cheers uproariously as each woman is saved. In the final 10-line stanza, the speaker goes deeper into the minds of those who have been healed. The first lines of this section contain an exclamation. This is perhaps a reference to the reaction of the crowd upon seeing the woman shake and wander off from the church. What's wrong? That is being an explanation or the line which is being given in the last stanza, or the first line of the last stanza. So on the other hand, it could be thought within their own heads as they try to come to terms with how they feel. Additionally, the speaker might be using this line to draw further attention to the changes one can throw, even fictitiously, at the hand of one who demands their faith. The women are still shaking as they were directly after their 20 seconds was over. So now everything has changed. The closeness they felt to God has progressed through their bodies, freeing that idiot child and reminding them of love and true kindness. So it is this God that is gifting them or the blessing them with true kindness and love, and what do you say, like freeing that idiot child within them. The speaker uses the next lines to describe how love functions within the body of this woman. They are standing in for the world at large. It is nothing about this particular group he looks down on. The speaker describes how love is integral to how one sees the world. To some, love refers to the difference that might have been made through the loving of others. Then there are those, in those we can categorize most of the population, who fall into depression thinking of all they could have done had they been loved. This is more selfish way to consider love and is followed up with a lie. Nothing cures. So it is a quote from the poem, like that nothing cures. It is, as I would said, it is a selfish way to consider life, and where people are fall into depression thinking of all they could have done. And the sky cracks open, the rain pours, and everything that was once held together comes apart. So within the final lines, the speaker takes the narrative back to the faith healer who is at the center of this outpouring of emotion. He is above the women, looking down and calling each child. It is this subjugation and moment of vulnerability that is now going to define them. So this is all about the poem Faith Healing, where we can see a number of women who is walking in a single line, who is into the procession of women who pray with the faith healer and are then subjected to a new torrent of emotions. So here, this is all about the poem. We can see the experience of the women who have undergone this process of faith healing. Like some is wandering off, some is crying hard, some of them's bodies are twitching, some are staying stiff, others couldn't comprehend what had happened to them. So they contemplate love, God, love, and the life they have led upon until that particular point. So this is all about this poem Faith Healing, written by the famous writer, the poet, and the novelist Philip Larkin. So now we will meet with another poem or a novel. So study hard and please do like, share, and subscribe. So see you all.